Hi, I'm Amy Evangelista from Sangaya 14A. Okay. Yeah!
Okay.
Hi, my name is David Valdivia of Bachelor 14B.
Heyo! Advo-Kasi from Sangaya 14A.
Yeah, mainly my advocacy is
My personal advocacy
And my advocacy here in ETC is
getting involved in debating. So
Kasi,
people really have this notion that when you debate, you have to be super knowledgeable, or that you really have to have read a lot of stuff, or that you have to be super serious, that response really have to be super collected. But the thing with debating is that you get to express your opinions, your ideas on issues that we feel, we experience on a daily basis. You just basically get to express your thoughts in a more proper manner, since there are some rules, and well, basically you have rules to follow in a formal debate. But basically, debating really just allows you to express what you believe in, express your thoughts on something that's really based on facts, and really you get to not only impart what you know to other people, but at the same time you also get to learn from the inputs you get from other people, and it really widens your perspective on a lot of things.
what's your advocacy?
my advocacy is scientific literacy.
Kasi,
Kasi the thing that I want people to see is that science is everywhere. You have to just, look up from your textbook and see what's going on around you. The textbook is just there to tell you, to explain how it works. But if you just take the time to understand what it's trying to explain, you'll see a lot. You'll see a lot of things. Sometimes it's difficult to see how the things that you learn in school are applied, because that's what schools lack. They lack the outdoor experience, if you will. Kumbaga, you guys are, not everybody, but a lot of people feel that they are limited to classroom learning. And they don't really get to understand the world around them. But see, that's one of the worst ways you can teach someone about the world, by keeping them sheltered. So teachers should be very encouraging of students to go out and explore the world. Do whatever makes them curious or fascinates them. If they want to run around and play in the dirt, let them play in the dirt, because that's how they learn. If they want to do an experiment, if they want to make a baking soda volcano or something like that, let them do that. Let them make a mess. Let them learn, because that's the only way they'll get to understand what their world is about, by actually doing something. You can't just give them textbooks. You gotta make them appreciate it. And the best way to do that is if they themselves work towards appreciating that.
My personal advocacy is mental health. We have to acknowledge that mental health is an important aspect of our health. It's not something that we can just ignore. And the fact that there are other people who need help, and need understanding is very important. Even if it's not obvious or it's not apparent, and we attribute their problems or their struggles on some other things, we have to realize that they need medical help, they need professional help, they need love and support from the people around them.
how can we forward this advocacy?
Well, really, in forwarding this advocacy, it's really when you get into debating and you really try it out. I know that, well, even for me, I really was afraid of debating at first. Na, what if I stutter? What if bigla akong bigla akong mental block. Habang nagbibigay ka ng speech mo, tapos you have to give it in 7 minutes. But really, the only way you could really immerse yourself into debating is when you try it out. Na parang everyone really has to start somewhere. And it's not so bad. Na parang sabi nga nila in Lebzong, na even the best debaters have their worst rounds. And really, not, yeah, basically it's how you can forward advocacy by, well, me at least, I personally encourage you guys to try it out na when you have debate training sa ad hoc na we try to really help out and join them and, well, yeah, basically helping out and joining in our debate ad hoc.
Well, to forward it, I would say that the best place to start is within yourself. By just having more of an appreciation about our world, by just being a little bit more curious, asking a little bit more questions, I think the answers will just come to you. Or when you ask a question, you arrive at another question, and then you get to another question. You keep asking questions, and you keep getting answers, and that's I think what's really important. I don't want to force people to learn this stuff. I want them to come to it in their own way. That's why scientific literacy, I think, while it is important, while we need scientific literacy to, let's say, build roads or make chemicals or see distant galaxies or whatever, it all starts with your curiosity. It all starts inside. How willing are you to get out of your comfort zone and do something that is interesting, that you can add, something that will add to your hard drive of knowledge up here.
So, ayun, I feel like the best way to forward this advocacy is to educate yourself. Read up on certain mental illnesses or ways to practice better mental health. You have to be aware of the people around you and your surroundings, and acknowledge that sometimes you have to learn certain skills or certain practices that might come in handy for someone who needs immediate help. Like simple as handling a panic attack or helping someone to breathe. And then the best way also to advocate this is for you to practice it to yourself, because you yourself need good mental health.
So what's your message to your fellow ETCers about this advocacy?
Well, I feel that it's the same naman na rin how we're forwarding advocacy, that you really shouldn't let your fear stop you from trying out to debate. It's really fun talking in front of people and getting to share ideas. So, yun, I hope na yung fears wouldn't be a hindrance or like you not knowing enough. Kasi in debating, you really get to somehow force yourself to read up on things that really matter. You help yourself get informed with the things. So, yeah, I hope na, kasi ETC, what I'm seeing is that parang takot yung mga tamang debate na I don't have prior experience, I don't really know the rules, but if you're really interested in learning how to debate, I feel that the debate ad hoc will really be able to help you out. And malay nyo, you might just win in JPES under ETC's name. So yeah, there you have it.
Well, I guess just be curious. I mean, never, diba, in ETC, it's always be critical, be assertive. Be critical, that's important. Always question what's around you. That's very close to our principles as a board. It would be a disservice to ourselves as an org and ourselves as Filipinos, as people, if we didn't take the time to at least try and understand the world that is around us. I think it would be fair to say we owe it to ourselves. I mean, we only live 80 years now, 80 or something years. That's a really short time. If there's nothing after our life, then we might as well use this time to understand as much as we can about the tiny, tiny part of our universe, so that at least we can say that, hey, you know what, life is really interesting, and I want to learn more.
So, ayun, we all want social change. Tapos, we can't forget that we want social change because we want to make a better world. And we want a better world because of the people who's living in it. We want to make their lives better. We want them to be the best individual they can be. And they need good mental health.